Welcome to this presentation on Ohm's law. In this short presentation we're going to discuss the Ohm's law formula and how to solve some basic electrical problems. Ohm's law, invented by George Ohm, states that the voltage is equal to the current times the resistance, or V equals I times R, where V is the voltage in volts, I is the current in amps, and R is the resistance in ohms. In other words, a voltage of 1 volt will cause a current of 1 amp to flow against the resistance of 1 ohm. To best understand Ohm's law, it's good to look at the relationship of the different values. The current is proportional to the voltage. Therefore, when the voltage increases in the circuit, the current will also increase, and when the voltage decreases, the current will also decrease. So they both go up together, the voltage and the current, and they will both go down together, the voltage and the current. The best way to see this is in graphical form. Here we have a voltage graph against the current. As you can see, it's a linear relationship. The second relationship is current versus resistance. The current is inversely proportional to the resistance. This means that when the resistance increases in a circuit, the current will also decrease, and vice versa. You can see this in the mathematical formulas on the slide. The best way to calculate electrical quantities using Ohm's law is to use the Ohm's law triangle. In the next short section I'm going to show you how we can calculate voltage, current and resistance using this method. To work out what the electrical quantities are using Ohm's law, you simply cover the quantity you're after. In this case you'll notice the blue oval I've covered V, and the rest of the triangle tells me that to calculate V it's simply I times R. Using the same technique, if we want to find current, we simply cover the I symbol, and we note that the equation reveals the voltage divided by the resistance, or V over R, as per the equation on the slide. To find the resistance, we simply cover the R, and we note that the equation equals the voltage divided by the current, or V divided by I. Now you can easily work out voltage, current or resistance using the Ohm's law triangle. You now no longer need to be able to transpose formulas. So to memorize this, simply draw the triangle a couple of times a day for a week and you'll soon have it down pat, making your life easy. Now we can use Ohm's law to solve some electrical problems. The first circuit has a current of 3 amps flowing into a 12 ohm resistor and we're required to find the voltage. So we can use our technique previously introduced, which is using the Ohm's law triangle. What we do is we cover the V, and this reveals using the triangle that we need, the formula is I times R. So we take this account, we write the formula down, and then the next step is to substitute the values in. So as we can see here, that we substitute the current of 3 amps and the resistance of 12 ohms, and using our calculator we find that the voltage is 36 volts. The second problem requires us to work out the current in the circuit. As we can see, we have a voltage of 48 volts and a resistance of 24 ohms. So we use the same technique again, which is the Ohm's law triangle. We simply cover the I, and this reveals that the formula is V over R, or V divided by R. Now that we have that, again we simply substitute the values in. So the voltage is 48 volts, the resistance is 24 ohms, and again using our calculator, I is V on R, which is 48 on 24, so therefore the current is 2 amps. The third and final problem asks us to find the resistance present in the circuit. Here we have a 48 volt DC supply and 4 amps flowing, and we need to find the resistance. So again we use our trusty Ohm's law triangle again. We simply cover over R, and we find that the formula is V over I, or V divided by I. So we write this formula down, and again, as in the previous two examples, we simply substitute the known values into the formula. So R equals 48 volts divided by the I, which is 4 amps, So our final answer, the resistance is 12 ohms. In closing, voltage is electrical pressure and is measured in volts, has the symbol V. Current is the amount of electron flow and is measured in amps with the symbol I. And resistance is the resistance in the circuit to the electron flow and is measured in ohms with the symbol R. Don't forget to always use the Ohm's law triangle to make your life easy.
Check it out,